Wow, Eli, you got high.
I got down to fish one for a little bit.
Yeah, you're getting good at that. Hello, today I am coming to you in the afternoon. It is already after lunch. Woo! Got a baby eating weird stuff on the floor. We have gotten all our school done, mostly, and piano lessons. I was trying to think. I've done more than just school. Yes, and we got piano lessons done. I'm working on a couple of projects, but okay, Hope's gonna join me for this. I'm working on a couple of projects, but I just finished dinner. I'm nearing the end of a pregnancy. I've got less than 6 weeks left, and till my due date anyway. And yeah, getting tired. So some days I have not cooked this week, and Solo's thrown something together. So today I try to get it done early again so it would get done. I just cooked these two lasagnas. They're like, they're both out of the Trim Healthy Table cookbook, and they are chicken lazy lasagnas. I think they're like a white sauce lasagna. They look really good. Seems like they'll taste good. They obviously have a lot of spinach in them. One is for tonight, one is for the freezer for that postpartum time, because I plan to not cook for a month. And so anyway, the only thing I would say about this recipe is it was called lazy lasagna, and it took a long time. I would not describe it as lazy at all. But I am no kitchen expert, and so that could be some of it. That could just be me. So I'm gonna throw another loaf of bread in my bread maker, and today I'm gonna show you the recipe I use. This is how I've gotten anything done. She has started pulling apart drawers. And yeah, that's kept you good and occupied, hasn't it? Yes, that helps a lot. Okay, you get back to your drawers, Missy. You get back to them. You got work to do. By the way, if you're new to my channel, I have been cooking through this cookbook and staying 100% on the Trim Healthy Mama plan this year since January 1st. I was gifted that cookbook by my mother in December. Thanks, Mom. And I wanted to make the most use of it and really get to learn it, so just decided to cook through it. And I really liked the first chapter, which was skillet meals. I loved every one of them, actually. And I didn't love the crock pot meals. There were maybe 2 in there that I would be excited to make again. The butternut squash soup one and the verde chicken chili one. And then now I'm in the casserole chapter, and I'm mixing it up with the soups. And so far I've really liked all of those. So that's my little review so far. If you are thinking about the book or you have it yourself and you're wondering where to start, let me just say a word about bread machines. I have had a bread machine probably since soon after I was married. I love bread machines. I know they're not for everybody, and I love them though. I love the smell. I love that you can put it in and walk away. I know a lot of people use them just to make the dough and then make the bread in the oven. I've never done that personally. I like the no-brainer factor of it. And yeah, so I bought one, or somebody gave it to me, I think my first one. I loved it and I used it all the time, and then it broke, and I used it all the time. Like, it broke. And so it took me a long time to save up the money to buy another one. Finally did. I used it all the time again for a couple years, and it broke again. So then I started realizing that bread machines for a lot of people are things that they buy and then they don't really use again. They sit in cupboards, and so you can find really cheap bread machines at thrift stores. You can find them at garage sales, those kind of things. So I asked my friend a couple years ago, I told her I was looking for a bread machine. She went to thrift stores a lot more than I did, and I asked her if she could keep her eye out for me for something around $10 or something like that I could just use. I didn't really care about brands. I'm not brand picky. I'll figure it out, you know. And my other friend overheard her and said, sure, you know, I have one in my cupboard that I never use. You can just have it. So she gave me one for free. And then about 3 weeks later, my neighbor sold one for $8 in a garage sale. So I got both bread machines. So I have had 2 bread machines for several years now, and it doubles your effort to make them both at once. And I always just throw one in the freezer or something, and while I have everything out, it's just so much easier for me. I'll do it for 3 days in a row or something, and then I'll put them away for a while, and I got quite a bit of bread made up. So I really like that. So if you're looking to try a bread machine, I encourage you to just find one used or find one that somebody is not using to see if you like it, because it is not for everyone, obviously, or it would be so hard to find them cheaply. So the first thing is 1 cup of milk. Next is 2/3 cup of water, 2 tablespoons of butter, 2 tablespoons of honey, 2 teaspoons of salt. I use this pink Himalayan salt, but any salt will work. 3 3/4 cup of whole wheat flour. One thing I've learned about bread machines is you have to be very, 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 very exact. So I put the flour in, scrape it off the top so it's not packed down. 3/4 cup of oatmeal. For this step, you can use seeds, you can use flax meal. I used to do flax all the time until I started reading that maybe it's not as good for you as we once thought, you know, because the powers that be, the health experts, change their minds on these things every other day. So I switched it with, flax worked great though, and I switched it with oatmeal, and it works great too. So my kids like oatmeal, it's cheap. Always got it around, so we're sticking with oatmeal. Next, I use 2 tablespoons of gluten. This step is completely optional. We have no problem with gluten at our house. It makes the bread fluffier, and so I add it. And next I just make a little hole in the middle, and that's where I'm going to put my yeast. This is the last step. I do 2 1/4 teaspoon of yeast in there. I'm going to set it on my whole wheat setting, and I always like to do a light crust, and it's a 2-pound recipe. Took me a long time to find this recipe. I searched far and wide because I wanted something that was whole wheat flour, 100% whole wheat flour, and that didn't have processed sugars in it, and this one obviously called for honey, so that's why I settled on this one. I've used it for years because literally I haven't found anything else with that combination. I'm gonna write it out in the description box because, you know, it's easier to just read it. So if you are interested in it, check out this description box. And I will also link that Trim Healthy Table cookbook if you're interested in that. So instead of resting as much as I should, you know how at the end of pregnancy you get this like urge to, I hesitate to call it nesting because I think nesting is technically just in like the 48 hours before you give birth, but suddenly you have all these lists of things that have to be done right away because I don't know, they're not going anywhere, but I have definitely had those urges. I got those lists going. So today I tackled my hall closet. I just organized all my stuff so it's easy to find, and I'm gonna put all that stuff back in here. We moved into this house, and I love it because I have way more storage than my other house, but we also found out that the person who built this house had 7 kids, and it makes a lot of sense to me because they have plenty of storage, and the house is laid out so well for a big family. You guys want to know what I use these massive things for? From the days I worked in a doctor's office, we cleaned out wax out of ears with warm water like this in ears. I have a big wax in my ear problem, probably way more than you wanted to know about me, but I have several kids that also have that same problem. So these I ordered on Amazon. They are bigger than the ones I use at the doctor's office, and I had one from there, but we can't find it anywhere. So I ordered a 3-pack of these, and it really works well. You got to be careful. You don't want to do it too hard because you don't want to hurt your eardrum, but if you do it gently with some warm water in there, you can really flush out an ear really well. So that's my nursing tip. It will take approximately 2 days for my kids to destroy this closet again when they get into the Band-Aids. She got glasses! She's had glasses, but they have been broken.
So clear.
That's because they're clean. Here are those lasagnas. I took a bite. It's very good. This one's going to go in the freezer. I cooked it ahead of time just because I thought the spinach might get watery if I didn't. And my bread is about done. It's looking good, although it's a little misshapen today. It usually doesn't look like that. It'll be good though. It still tastes good. I was gonna show you some other projects I'm working on, but I'm too tired to show you or care about them right now. So I'm eating chocolate on the couch. I'm tired. Our kids are outside. Solo and I are on our phones doing nothing because you love the camera and the camera loves you.
Guys, don't look at me.
Oh, our children are all, or just ate the chocolate. The older ones. The little ones are crawling around here, making the house a mess. And the bigger ones are all outside because it's gorgeous outside. And we're enjoying a quiet house for a moment. Pretty quiet. I'm so proud of us. So we got off the couch and we're walking.
Yeah.
Doesn't it feel good?
It feels absolutely fabulous. Yeah.
The kids are excited anyway. A few of them that came with us. The rest are still playing with their friends. You decided to join us.
I want to go down there.
Oh, yeah,
We're going this way.
home through that. Mom, there's a way to get home through there, but I know.
There is.
There's a pathway we thought.
You wanna ride? You wanna ride in here, or do you wanna walk with mom?
Well, yes, Mom.
Okay, let's go. You're a good walker. What? You don't want to hold my hand?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I don't hurt people.
You don't need to hold people's hands?
Yeah.
Okay, how about just when we cross the street?
Okay.
Okay.